What's going on YouTube? Welcome in to make another beautiful build for you. Today we're building in the Be Quiet Pure Base 500DX. It's been quite a few months, maybe even close to a year since we built in this case. Starting off with the X670E gaming board, which is we love right here at StintsBuilt. Plenty of USB. It's really good for gamers and streamers. We've got dual Ethernet ports on the back as well. It's an absolutely killer motherboard to start any kind of gaming or content creation system. 7800 XRD paired with 6000 CL30 RAM, coming with 32 gigs in the Team Delta RGB. Coming in white. We've got a 2 terabyte NVMe drive coming in the Kingston KC3000, which we love to run here at StintsBuilt. And then we got an RTX 4070 Super coming in, and the MSI Ventus OC3 Fan Edition. We're going to be powering it with the 850GL coming from MSI as well, with the beautiful white cables to make it all nice and clean and white. A little bit of silver aesthetic in today's build. And then we got 4 thermal right fans going in here to make sure we have all the RGB, because I want some white RGB. Let us know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button to help us with the algorithm over here on YouTube. And make sure to hit that subscribe button as well if you want to see more beautiful PCs like this being built and put into your YouTube feed. And if you want to catch us live on a raw like it is right now as I butcher this really long intro, you can join us any Monday, Wednesday, or Friday over at our Twitch channel. We stream around 10 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see you soon. That being said, let's get over to the build station. Let's get started on today's build. Let me get mic'd up, and I'll see you guys over here in just a few seconds as we look at this beautiful front desk of parts. There it is.
These are good drives too. So it's a Kingston Fury shirt. We have a Kingston drive. We use a lot of Kingston products. Not as much as the RAM as we used to. Love to, but they're fortunately the RAM pricing is isn't really competitive right now as Team Group, which is just as good. I do like Kingston's warranty better than Team Group, but it is what it is, and the products are still phenomenal. All right, let's get started. First off, let's get the CPU down and in. 7800 XRDs, which right now are a hot ticket. I know they're really extremely hard to get. Our wait time right now is right about 1 to 2 weeks for one of them. For customers, hopefully that should be going down because we should be getting more and more as they become available and restocked by AMD. Because right now they were a huge need. Obviously they were focusing on potentially the 9800 XRD, 9700 XRD, and then the new Zen 5 CPUs. So they've been a little hard to get. They weren't really producing these as much as they should have been. And now we're trying to get them back in stock everywhere. Socket looks good. Drop this CPU down and in. There we go, 7800 XRD. Looks good. Match in place, there it is. Take a look at our AIO, see what kind of standoffs we have for this bad boy today. HyperFlow 240. Montech's been killing it lately with their stuff. We talked about the other week, their power supplies now that Montech comes out are not their own OEM, they're made by Seasonic. So they're coming out with some really, really cool stuff, which I love to see. All right, so they use the good old wing nut adapter. So we're good to go there. We don't even need to take the bracket off. We can go right into our NVMe drive. Okay, take off our thermal pad. All right, KC3000 2 terabyte drive today. Down in we go here. All latched on. Take the cellophane off the back of the thermal pad here. And get this all secured. It's gonna be our RAM, 6000 CL30 RAM today from Team Group and the Delta RGB. Okay, so this board's got the silver aesthetic today, which is nice for like whiteouts. We have the white RAM to go in with a white theme today. We have a white case, white fans. There's a little bit of silver on the board and the GPU today. There we go, 32 gigs, 6000 CL30 RAM, down and in. All set, ready to get the case out already. X670E gaming board coming in from MSI. Beautiful, kind of silver, whitish feel with the silver gray. A little bit of teal in there as well, which is really nice. Almost like a StintsBuilt teal. We have the 7800 XRD down the socket. We have our 2 terabyte NVMe drive here as well in the Kingston KC3000. And we have our 32 gigs of 6000 CL30 RAM from Team Group and that Delta RGB. Let's slide that aside and get this case out today. 500DX. It has been a few months I've built this, and man, do I miss this case. This used to be one of our signature extreme cases for the longest time. We used to build this all the time with the EK. Ooh, my wire there, chat. Did I pull it? Nope, we're good. We used to build this all the time with the EK360. Oh, I remember this case. Really nice, small form factor, great case. Back panel off. The only thing I really don't like are these little screws here for the side panel. It's easy to lose these. It's off, take the glass off. We put it in the box, and we just quickly put the little thumb screws back in so you don't lose them. Oh, take off the front. There it is. It's pressure clipped. There it is. Before we get started, we have to take out our fans. We're not using these black fans. We'll be adding white RGB fans today. So we're gonna pop these out. It's So before we even put the motherboard in, we're gonna start working on the case, chat. Pop out all these beautiful little 4140s that they have. We're not utilizing these today. We're adding white fans in today. All right, let's get our fans in, 3 front fans in, just because it's easier with the motherboard out and throw by bumping it. So today we have some Thermalright C12s. It's really nice white ARGB PWM fans from Thermalright. The great thing about these is they are daisy chained. So we can daisy chain 3 on the front. Add the rear one for the rear. Here we go. All right, here we go. Front fans are all in. Got our motherboard in next, chat. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. You have front close up now. There we go. Motherboard's all secure. So that silver looks pretty good in the white. So working on our cables in the back. Our front fans are in. There we go. All the RGB up front is all dialed in. All those cables are connected. Next we have to work on our front panel connections. USB Type-C, USB 3, or USB 3.0 headers. Then we go with our USB Type-C. All in there. RGB front panel connections are gonna go in next. All right, we're getting there, chat. All right, let's get our front panel connections in, and then we're gonna work on our RGB right here. We have power LED power switch, which is just our RGB sync for the case off the motherboard. Case has RGB here, and then on the front. There we go. All of our cables, all of our RGB, front panel connections are all in. Here we go, looking clean so far. Let's get working on that power supply next, chat. Okay, we have the 650GL. There's this nice little 850GL, fantastic little power supply for today's build, while still maintaining that white aspect. There we go. We don't usually do that, but we don't always have white power supplies thanks to MSI. We've been able to keep the white ones in stock recently because people want some white builds. Power cable going in here. We will need power today. Power the onboard RGB controller for the case. We got CPU 1, so our EPS 1, and our EPS 2. Our 12-volt high power for our GPU, and then our 24-pin main motherboard. All the PCIe other SATA cables like this will go in the box, or in the bag, and then in the motherboard box for the customer. See our screws in the power supply. It's a rear mounting power supply, so it slides right in once you put the back panel in. The great thing about MSI is they made this yellow, so as long as you're not seeing the yellow, it means it's fully seated, which is a nice little feature they did. Then our SATA, which is really just going to power our onboard RGB controller. We're going to tuck it into the SATA SSD port in the back. There are all our cables. Ooh, sorry about that. We're going to slide these all through. After we get these in, we're going to move on to our 240 AIO. Slide it in. There it is. Right in. We're going to our EPS cables now. 24-pin main next. Before we move on to our AIO, our 240 top mount. There you go. I'm going to slide this up through. This is going to be for our GPU later. We come right through here. So we have it through. There we go. All good. See the cable man's looking pretty solid on the back. Let's get onto the AIO. Thermal paste is already on. So before we even get started, we're just going to go top down as we get ready to mount this AIO. There's 1 and 2. These are just the clips for the AMD bracket. A second here before we get ready to mount this. I'm gonna double check the manual for everything. Extra standoff screws are going in here. Like so. And Montech's have been around for so long. Just people don't really know about them, and they're starting to be slept on. And this is something that people don't want to sleep on. Is the quality of this AIO? Centered and screwed in place. There we go. All right. So far, so good. We have to work on the cable management, which we'll get here in a minute. Good clearance, by the way. I didn't know the only thing I was worried about this entire build was the RAM clearance, and I've been really thoroughly impressed lately with team group stuff. All right, it's fan in. Give me a second, chat. Let's get screws. Holy cable management. We have all the daisy chains. It's a tougher one. We did it. All extra stuff will go in the bag. It's time for the GPU. 4070 Super today. We got a silver card. A lot of white cards, and we wanted to go with 3 fans to the 2 fan. Not bad. Just over an hour. We had 4 fans to run, all the daisy chaining of the RGB, the cable management on the back, which looks pretty clean for considering how many daisy chains we had. There it is that. 4070 Super, let's get this bad boy in. It's a 2-slotter. Nice long cooler, really efficient MSI card in the Ventus OC, triple fan. Get this bad boy in, 3, 2, 1. Nice thunk there. Heard that one around the world. There it is, chat.
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints. Come over, hang out, chat it up with us, watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.